Yo, it has been a rough week for media figures who have openly offended Trumpito. Everyone from Barack Obama to Stephen Colbert to Whoopi and Joy Behar from The View have been in a panic as they have one by one began to find out. Now, I'm not saying that Trumpito exacts vengeance on people responsible for slandering his good name, like the Punisher. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that he like passes legislation in the day and at night is a vigilante who's notably stronger than his foes, who he attacks relentlessly, like like the Punisher. I'm not saying that, but because Trumpito, he didn't himself like cancel the Colbert Show or Jimmy Fallon or Jimmy Kimmel or The View. Although he has publicly spoken about his distaste, how he personally dislikes Stephen Colbert and how he a lot of the decisions made. I personally like Stephen Colbert, but it was Colbert's criticism of Trump and Paramount Global, that's CBS's parent company, that got his show canceled. And although Trump, he posted on Truth Social that same night that he absolutely loves CBS decision to get rid of Colbert and that he was less talented than his ratings were. And that he heard Jimmy Kimmel was next. I'm sure he had nothing to do with their cancellations, for real. As far as The View, look, I never liked Whoopi Goldberg. I'm always confused with how these women who have made hundreds of millions from this show that has been on the air for like 20 years have the nerve to believe that they share similar views with middle class women across America. You don't. You are literally the top 5 percentile of American earners. You're them. You're the top five. And Whoopi Goldberg, black charcoal crusted crusted amphibian vampire creature predator looking, she's a predator. She's been attacking innocent villagers on developing planets for thousands of years. I believe she's had a good run. Yo, my name is Marcus Russell. This is the Marcus Russell Show. Make sure you tap that like and subscribe button. Let's get right to the video.
How dare you, sir? Would an untalented man be able to compose the following satirical witticism? Go yourself.
This shocked the media and entertainment industries. I was out with some other media reporters last night, and people were staring at their phones in disbelief.
So now, it's caused a media firestorm. CBS reeling from the fallout to the Colbert cancellation that will take place next May. So not quite 10 months from now. You have at least one host on the network, CBS, that's breaking from his colleagues on the factors at play. I want to bring in the FCC chair, Brendan Carr. Mr. Chairman, thank you for being here today. Appreciate your time, and welcome to America's Newsroom.
Thanks. Good to be with you.
Let's just go ahead and get it out of the way. Did President Trump have anything to do with the cancellation of Stephen Colbert's show?
Well, here's what's important to keep in mind is a broader dynamic. When President Trump ran for election, he ran right at these legacy broadcast media outfits and the New York and Hollywood elites that are behind it, and he smashed the facade that these are gatekeepers that can control what Americans think and what Americans can say. And once you do that, you've exposed the business model of a lot of these outfits as being nothing more than a partisan circus. And so I think there's a lot of consequences that are flowing from President Trump deciding, I'm not going to play by the rules of politicians in the past and let these legacy outfits dictate the narratives in the terms of the debate. And he's succeeding. Just look at what's happening. NPR has been defunded. PBS has been defunded. Colbert is getting cancer. You've got anchors and news media personalities losing their jobs. Again, all of this is downstream of President Trump's decision to stand up. And he stood up for the American people because the American people do not trust these legacy gatekeepers anymore. And all of this, I think, is consequences of that broader dynamic.
Okay, I asked you a very direct question. I did not hear a yes or a no in your answer. I heard a maybe.
Yeah, ultimately these are business decisions for CBS to make and for these outfits to make. And I'm, shocked at the type of stuff that you just played. They don't find to be in their profitable business interests.
Yes or no?
Okay.
You don't
Let's
want to
go
answer
to the
that
View,
question.
shall we? Joy
Go to the
Behar
View.
yesterday said this.
First of all, who tried to overthrow the government on January 6th?
Wait, let me think. Who?
Who was that again? That was not Obama. The thing about him is that he's so jealous of Obama because Obama is everything that he is not.
Yeah.
Trim,
Yeah.
smart, handsome,
Happily married.
and can sing Al Green's song, Let's Stay Together, better than Al Green.
Yeah.
And Trump cannot stand it. It's driving him crazy. Jealousy is not green is not a good color.
That from yesterday. Who knows what happens today? The White House chose to respond to that. And this is what they said. Joy Behar is an irrelevant loser suffering from a severe case of Trump derangement syndrome. It's no surprise that The View's ratings hit an all-time low last year. She should self-reflect on her own jealousy of President Trump's historic popularity before her show is the next to be pulled off air, end quote. Is The View now in the crosshairs of this administration?
Look, it's entirely possible that there's issues over there. I mean, again, stepping back, this broader dynamic, once President Trump has exposed these media gatekeepers and smashed this facade, there's a lot of consequences. I think the consequences of that aren't quite finished. And look, The View's got a lot of challenges there. It wasn't that long ago, I think one episode, one show alone, they had to stop, interrupt the show, and read 4 separate legal notices to try to avoid legal liability. So I'm not surprised to hear people saying that their ratings are struggling.
Yo, so what's crazy is that some Democratic politicians accuse Paramount of engaging in a quid pro quo to approve the company's multi-billion-dollar merger with Skydance Media. The government has to approve it. So despite Paramount's statement that this decision kind of was business, I mean, some congressmen are pushing for an investigation and saying that these bribe allegations are true, protesting that sacrificing freedom of speech to curry favor with Trump is unconstitutional. But here's some advice to news anchors and TV personalities. Until Trumpito is out of office, you should probably watch what you say. Yeah, watch your mouth about our chief executive, especially if he kind of owns your channel. If he kind of owns the channel you work for, yeah. And Sonny, you work for CBS. Just watch your mouth. Joy Beher, she was crying. All she had to do was just watch what she says. Look, I can pretty much say whatever I want to say because nobody pays me to say what I say, except for like violent words that'll get my channel cut off, or like if I said a bunch of total complete lies, that will get my show shut off. But until then, I can speak on pretty much any topic that I want. But for the low price of $12K per episode, I will say whatever your writers want me to say. Yeah. Because, like I told you, I don't write my own material, and you know that. I read whatever the reptilian Illuminati email me to say, just like everybody else. Duh. And that's my show. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Until next time, peace.